G'day, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first part of a 4-part series where I'm going to be breaking down each map of the Valorant Champions 2022 Grand Finals. Of course, we're looking at the first map today, Ascent. Loud on the Kings of Ascent were really pushed to their limits, and what I want to look at today is more so Optic on the attacking side, the gaps that they kind of found in Loud's defense, and also how Loud did the little things better and that got them over the line in the long run. Let's get into it. So let's start with round 9. As you can see, the score is 6-2 in favor of Optic, and this is a really important round for both teams because Loud, as you can see, are broke. They haven't even been able to buy full shields on 4 of their players, and they're going to be completely broke. So this round's worth 2 for Optic if they're able to win. So we're going to move into the start of the round. Crashes, gets an early dart, and then Les looking the wrong way, eventually taps it, and Ye is able to clear out the dart. And Ye gets really aggressive here. Ye gets into a really aggressive position because you can see that Les has started moving away. So let's look at this next fight now. Marv just TP'd across into the little nook in cubby here. And Victor is here and he's just popped his ult off of the back of, there's a KO knife that's just hit right here. And so Victor pops his ult and Marv is here and they're ready to fight for cubby control because they know they've got Ye coming into the background. This is a really strong pinch for Optic. But Loud fight it a little bit better. So as you can see, Victor pops his ult and then Victor jiggles this rather than committing to the fight. He jiggles back in and then Marv gets baited by Victor as Les and Aspas swing that at the same time. Ye gets the kill on STACK as STACK backs out of the fight, and then there's no one there to res Victor. Now Les is in this really awkward position. Finesse peeks him with no need to either. You know, they're in a 3v3, a 3v4 if they can try and get back to Victor. And then Crashes decides to try and take a 1v1 fight here. And then Ye gets left in this 1v2. So it all falls apart really quickly for Optic, and it's just those small little things. If Victor's the one that commits to the fight and Marv trades him out, then that's a better play. Let's have a look at this again. This is a key fight, and this is the little things that I want to look at in this match, which is what ended up getting Loud the win. So even though Optic didn't play this perfectly, it might not have cost them in the end, but let's talk about how you could play this a lot better. So STACK does this nice little jig and backs out, which allows Aspas and Les to do this really nice wide swing here, right? So they both swing this at the same time. Right there. How is Marv getting more than one here? There's no way. So they trade him out. Ye gets STACK, and then Victor trades out Aspas, and then Les trades out Victor. So it's a 3v2 fight, and they both die. But if it's Victor that swings, Marv trades, he can then duck out of cover, teleport across and maybe try and smoke it off, res Victor, something like that. You could be up 2 players here because Marv and Victor would both still be alive. Here we are. Victor goes down, coming to the end of the round, and Les hits this really nice shot on Ye. Perfect crosshair placement. 4K for Les. He's got the goods. Moving on to the second half of the map here, we are in round 15. Loud, up until this point in Champions, had only lost 1 out of 19 rounds on the defensive half on Ascent. So Optic coming in, getting pistol and the buy-up round, converting that. Now they're on the bonus in round 3, and I like what they're doing here. They've got a little group up. They're going to try and make an aggressive play early to try and get a small advantage. But again, just little things that they need to do differently to maximize these sorts of potentials. So we get the knife and the one way that come out. Marv actually TPs across into the cubby here, but Victor can't swing with him. So the idea of this play is that Victor and Marv swing together. I don't know if it's a communication breakdown or what it is. Obviously, Victor can't swing through this one way. That's just suicide, especially with a gun disadvantage. And so Marv just swings solo into STACK here, and he just goes down for free. And all of a sudden, this early A aggression is just completely shut down. But Optic regroup. They have a great idea. FNS is a great IGL. So he denies the drone, or doesn't deny the drone, but shoots out the drone. So Optic, you know, Ye's got a phantom. Anything could happen. And now it's unfortunate that they didn't just peek out here. I think Aspas, if he peeked out here just with some gun advantage, just jiggled it just for the information, this round could have gone a little bit better for them. They might have been able to get some better information early. So they're going to have this really nice idea to regroup and push up through main. Yeah, he's going to find the alarm bot. He's going to take that out. And he's going to find the turret in a second. He clears that deep angle. Clears the turret. And so this is nice because Loud still don't know which way they're going to go necessarily, right? There could still be someone in tree. So they clear that out with this knife, right? They're forced to clear this because they don't know if Optic could be trying to like do this wrap and come through here. Because Aspas is playing really, really safe. They've got gun disadvantage. So I don't mind this play from Aspas. Maybe a jiggle would have been nice just for info, not for a kill. And then they're going to do this sort of B split execute. We're going to come through market. So Ye smokes that off. He pops his dash. Victor actually misses this molly. This ends up landing too far deep into sight rather than on stairs. It lands at the bottom of the stairs, which allows less to peek out here. And Victor's actually lucky he doesn't die because he didn't have his gun out. And then Ye pops, he jumps, and he pushes in. Now, he's going to get this kill onto less. But look how separated he is from his whole team. They're on stairs and just coming out of B main. So he crashed his drone through here, which is really nice. But why didn't we get, while Victor was here, why didn't Ye wait literally a second? 2 seconds at most. And Victor could have flashed this. He could have like done a bounce flash off of this wall. He could have just flashed straight over and then Ye could have gone in off of it. Like, it's just these small things. And that's the theme of this video. It's just these small things in the way they have really nice ideas, but then they don't execute them properly. Ye gets one. He gets traded out. Sassy's just going to get overwhelmed in the back of sight. Flash. And he gets double swung, double flash. Okay. So then this is another little thing. Victor's just peeking out of this. He knows that Finesse is in this little ratty position. So, but he just peeks out here and dies to Sadak. He just gets blah, blah, blah. Finesse trades him, picks up the gun, and then they go play sight. So it's, look, not a bad outcome overall. No way, Victor. If you've got that person in that ratty lurk spot, just let them be there. Jiggle the angle. Like, don't hard hold it. Don't commit to the fight. That's something that Victor does a lot of, I think. He commits to fights that he doesn't have to. And then we get left in this 2v2. So Aspas and Pancada versus Finesse and Crashies. They've got full KJ util. They smoke off main to deny that. And then here we go. The turret gives them info. They know at least one is stairs. Dart comes out. Another one flashes it. And he tries to shoot him through the wall. And then also again, Finesse commits to this fight. You don't need to. There's so little time left in this round. You can just waste their fight and just waste their time, just jiggle. Crashes does a nice little push, gets a nice timing on the smoke against Aspas. And then Pancada's push is really, really nice. But if they had to push through all the way to Boathouse, to the back of site here, that would have taken them an extra half a second. And they wouldn't have won this round. So, or an extra second, rather. But Pancada gets it with 0.74 to go. And it's just like, this match ended up going to, how many rounds? This match ended up going to 15-13. And if Optic had have done these little things better, they would have won this game and they would have won the series, I'm sure. If they went into Fracture, if they went into Breeze up 2-0, I'd back them to win the series every time. Between Breezehaven and Icebox, I think they win one of those. I want to take a super quick look at the end of round 18 here because it's so similar to the round that we had earlier where we talked about needing to play for more time. So Spike's just gone down. Marv, they're in a 3v2, so I don't mind Marv committing to this fight here because he gets the pick. In a 3v2, that's absolutely fine. In a 2v2, do not do it. So Spike's down, 2v2. And Aspas is just waiting. Crashes. This is risky. He gets one. Not the worst, but also the longer you make them wait, if he doesn't get one there, it looks like the worst play in the world. He gets one, so it's okay. But just wait for just play in the smoke until the smoke dissipates. Right? Have the timing, know the timing of the smoke, play in the smoke. If they walk into the smoke, you have the advantage. You'll see their gun first. That's a free kill. And then Pancada versus Marv. Who's the better omen in the 1v1? Pancada has an impossible task if Marv plays this correctly. He just has to clear so many angles. Marv could have lurked anywhere, but he plays tight. Look, jiggle, 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 gets flanked. Pancada's way out of time by that point anyway, and they win the round. Just play time in these scenarios. Just play time, please. Okay, so this is another important round. Economy broken for both teams if they lose this round. Both teams have slightly compromised buys. Okay, so we have Optic sort of default setup here. Finesse playing the lurk on B and the 4 players toward A. They get the early dart information. They know that someone's playing around the market area. Finesse gets his turret into B main a little bit deeper than normal. And then Aspas is watching toward A link. As they walk up, he finds crashes and then falls off. So really nice setup from Loud there to get that early pick. And then Yay gets this amazing timing. This is why he's like, I think Chamber, there's been discussions about people playing Chamber has meant that they'd, become less proactive and things, but this is a really proactive lurk. So he actually gets this amazing timing through into market as like misses him by a second. So, and again, they're down 4v5. You've got to take these risky plays. So he keeps pushing and he's just watching his back. There's no way that anyone knows that he's here. Like STACK stopped watching this for a second. The blind comes in right as he pushes. It's a really nice little touch. And he shoots Pancada in the head here and then gets down. Now, this is a really important decision from Sassy. Sassy could have pushed here and might have found a timing onto Yay, but Sassy has his ult. And that's important because you don't want to die with your ult up. It's one of the worst things that you can do in Valorant is dying with your ult up, unless you're specifically saving it for a reason on this round, which I generally don't recommend, but there are some circumstances where you want to save your ult. And there's not all ults that you want to use at the drop of a hat. So anyways, Sassy comes in with the ult. Victor's tagged. He's down to 72. Sassy's going to ult the crap out of him and he's going to deny the plant. If I'm Victor and I hear that Sova ult, knowing that I'm 70 health, I am getting off that plant and I am planting somewhere else that's not default. I'm waiting for the ult to finish. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's just, again, these little things. Victor needs to have this presence of mind of the greatest situation of the game. I need to get off here. And then this is a really nice kill from Finesse. And then Aspas is holding tiles while that happens. Finesse swings out on him, gets a really nice timing. He's got the Spectre. And yeah, that's just a great kill from Finesse. And then Sassy actually gets the ult onto Marv. Great awareness, ulting where Sadak is fighting. So all of these trades coming out and we get left in a 1v1. And this is probably, if Sassy had of like, and this is where I think Sassy makes a mistake. So he knows that Finesse was last here. So Finesse could be theoretically a couple of different places, right? Finesse could be waiting here to push into tree. Finesse could have wrapped, which is what he did do, into main. Finesse also could have pushed all the way into CT spawn. What Sassy's going to do here, I think, is just crazy. He knows that Finesse has a Spectre, or at least his team should have communicated that Finesse has a Spectre. So all of the guns are here. You see a death here. This was Crash's death, but Victor actually picks up his gun, which means the gun is here. So Finesse has a Spectre or an Op. You know, he might have picked up Aspas's Op, but they're the two options that he has. So with that information, Sassy, you just play this long angle. I would personally push into hell and just wait. There's 29 seconds left, right, on the clock here. 29 seconds left. Just wait for that spike tap. Finesse can't clear everything with 29 seconds. He needs 4 seconds to plant. So he's got to take fucking 15, 16 seconds to walk onto site and get the spike anyway, because he can't make noise, can give away his position. He can't, if he comes through this way and picks up a gun, you know that he's there, and then you can play really safe that way. Yeah, I just think Sassy pushing all the way out of sight here is the wrong call. You see he's wary of it. I think he's trying to find a timing, but gets this close fight, and Finesse with the Spectre is able to make the most of it. It's just the thing about playing the time again, right? It's a little thing, but playing the time, and you could just make Finesse jiggle an angle, force him into a fight that he doesn't want to take, etc., etc. There's still 20 seconds left on the clock. Sassy could have played this so much differently and wasted so much of Finesse's time. Still would have taken him at least another 5 seconds to get the spike, which means he's only got 10 seconds of working space to plant. How many angles are you going to be able to clear with 10 seconds left because you need 5 seconds to plant? Like 4 seconds technically. So yeah, play time. Okay, sorry Optic fans, this round might be tough to watch. It's 13-13 in the grand final, map 1, overtime. We're going to become real scrutinous in the way that we analyze specifically one decision in this round. So let's have a look. We've got Optic back on defense and Loud is on attack. And so we get some early util trades. Knife. Ye tries to get ahead of the knife, and it's a little thing, but he doesn't get far enough ahead of it, which means he gets suppressed. He can't dash out. He's going to get sprayed through the smoke. Lucky shot from Sassy here, but a great shot, a great find. And then he's going to drone out as well. And Crashes has got himself into wine, so he's playing this nice little cheeky position here, Crashies, but Loud do the right thing, and they find the pick and they just regroup. Sassy just pulls away from that, doesn't want to get traded out because he's all alone. And here's another little thing. So the turret goes off. There's a turret right here. It's destroyed on the map now, but there's a turret here looking at this. Aspas shoots this. Okay. Now Victor's here in this is a great setup. All right. I love this setup from Optic. I don't know if Loud had the read on it. But Victor is just holding the flash for eternity. Now I understand not wanting to flash directly off of the turret because they might jiggle back and you might just throw your life away. But surely after 1 or 2 seconds, you throw it, but he doesn't. He just sits on it and sits on it and sits on it. It's been 4 seconds and he throws the flash after he was seen by Aspas. Little thing, but big results in the end. Now Finesse gets 2 here, which is huge, right? A bit of a hero play from Finesse, plays the off angle. He gets traded out by Sassy there in the end. And now Marv flashes out and gets onto site to try and play this anchor position. Love that from Marv. Tries to make it, flashes out, misses the shot, unfortunate, gets himself onto site because it's 2v3. 2v3 retake's going to be really, really hard. So he's going to try and commit to holding this site. Gets a smoke out, gets 1 in the off angle. Not a terrible result, honestly. And then Crashes plays this so well, man. He sends out his util, he gets information on where they are. And look, 19 seconds left, 18 seconds left. And he just sits here, man. He just sits here for so long. All he's doing is he's waiting for that spike noise. Because if he just waits for that tap, he gets a 1v1 fight. And he waits and he waits. And Loud Yeah, he peeks out with 7 seconds left. He's unlucky he doesn't get the kill on Sassy. And now here it is. 3 jumps is 1 jump too many. You lose all that momentum after the second one. The third jump is actually slower. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd have to like test that, which I haven't had the time for this video. But he bunny hops 1, 2, and that third shot, completely unnecessary. And Sassy gets left on 3 health. If Crashies doesn't do that jump, Sassy almost likely dies because the follow-up shot would have been accurate too. So let's go back and watch this in slow motion. It's painful for Optic fans here. So he jumps, bunny hop for momentum, and then this one's unnecessary. Because look, this is all completely wide because he's jumping and his momentum's off. Sassy actually, I don't know. It's just a whiff in the end. But yeah. Sassy comes up with 4 in overtime. Massive round for him. And that was it. Optic. They had some amazing ideas. They exploited the defense of Loud in ways that other teams haven't been able to. The way that they contacted and lurked through into the back of Loud got them a lot of free kills. But they were just unable to execute their ideas to their maximum potential. And it cost them the round. And I think this map cost them the series. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the next part of the series as it comes out through the rest of the week. Let me know if there's any specific champions matches that you want me to cover that I haven't covered yet. I'd love to go back through some of the champions videos and pick apart some rounds. I stream live on Twitch as well. We'll look at this kind of stuff from time to time, as well as just play some games with friends and things like that. If you want to come swing by there, that'd be cool too. Otherwise, have a good one.